Hello, welcome. I'm going to talk about the movies that are nominated to Best Picture for the Oscars. I'm going to do a quick opinion of the movies because there are 10 of them. So the idea is the video is not so very long. So I'm going to keep it like a minute for movie. I'm going to talk about every movie except Avatar 2 because I haven't seen it. So let's begin. Everything, everywhere, all at once. The movie is about a family doing taxes. Not really. I mean, it is, but just in the surface. The movie is about multiverses, a multiverse war. But all of this as a mean in the story for Evelyn, the Michelle Yeoh character, to fix the problems with his family, his father and daughter mainly, exploring themes about what ifs and possibilities. The movie is very funny and absurd, but in a good way. The story flows very well and it doesn't spoon feed the plot, which makes you think and feel something for the plot. So it works in a literal way and in a subtexty kind of way. The performances are very good, so thumbs up all the way. Elvis. The title says it all. It's Elvis. And the movie is visually great. Baz Luhrmann is not my favorite director. His style doesn't work for me most of the time, but here I'll say it works. Of course, the movie takes some liberties, but they are needed in a biopic, so that's not a problem. I'll say the performances are good, but not great, and maybe it's the part where the movie is the weakest. Also in the movie are music used in a very anachronic way, which is of course by choice, but I'm not entirely sure if it works. Besides all of that, I really enjoyed this movie and I would recommend it. All Quiet in the Western Front. It's a movie about World War One from the perspective of the German soldiers. It's based on a novel from 1929, and there are another two adaptations of the novel in 1930 and 1979. I don't think this movie is bad at all. In fact, I think it's pretty good. But it's impossible not to compare it with the 1930 and 1979 versions. The movie is visually impeccable, the effects are great, the cinematography is excellent, but I'll say the movie is more focused in having those elements of a great movie than telling the story. In that regard, the development of characters and the relationship between each other are kinda lacking. I would recommend the movie if you already have seen the other two versions. If not, better go watch one of those. The Banshees of Inisherin. This movie is set in a small island in Ireland in 1923, literally 100 years ago. It's about a man, the Brendan Gleeson character, who has decided before the movie starts to end the relationship with his friend Colin Farrell because he finds him dull. So the movie is how Patrick, the Farrell character, tries to process all of this. Besides the wacky premise of the movie, the story deals in different layers with other subjects like the Irish Civil War, depression, family, legacy. The performances are fantastic of everyone, every character. Also, the cinematography is great. Each frame is worthy to frame it and put it in the wall. The director, Martin McDonagh, makes that all the pieces fit perfectly. So, this is a great movie. The ending is kinda open, but the story that tells is finished. It's just you know there can be more. That all of this still continues somehow. The ramification of the story. I mean, it's not the story is not finished, and the movie left you with this feeling that there is more. That the actions has consequences. Now, this is a slow movie. Some people would say it's just people talking. So, if you like movies with more action in it, you better skip this one. But I definitely recommend it. Triangle of Sadness. This movie about how the rich are horrible. Well, that's the central theme of the movie. The movie is in three parts: the couple, Carl and Yaya, the judge, and the island. In my opinion, the most interesting part is the island, and I feel the movie it takes too long to get there. The movie is over 2 hours long, so maybe the other two parts should be have been trimmed a little. The movie deals with issues of roles, class, and power. It's not a bad movie at all, but I feel it's very over the top in some parts. But there is no need of that, and I feel the message of the movie is lessened in some way. The movie has an open ending, which I find completely unnecessary, and it feels like the movie just stopped. And the movie doesn't leave you with the idea there is more. I will say this is a good movie, but definitely it's not for everybody. Women Talking. The movie is about a group of women of different ages in a religious colony discussing how to proceed after they have caught the men who had been raping the women. This is a fantastic script. We can see very clearly all the different point of view, the pros and cons of each option they have. Do nothing, fight, or leave. The performances are really good, and basically the movie is people talking, as the title suggests. But it's not a bad thing. Obviously, it's not a movie for action lovers. It's kind of slow. A little thing I didn't like is the movie has a sense of urgency because one of the men will be released. So in the discussion, the women takes too many pauses. So the sense of urgency is kind of lost. This movie is great. That talks about a horrible subject that been happening since forever and sadly continues to this day. So it's great that the subject is tackled in movies that will get a lot of reach. Sarah Polley, the writer director, has done a great job here, and she should win the Adapter Screenplay Award. I recommend it 100%. Tar. This movie is like a character study. Lydia Tarr is a super talented composer. We see how, as the layers are being removed, we see more and more of her. I like this movie because it challenged you with a character you don't like. It's not a sympathetic character, but you want to know more, and you want to know where the story is leading. Todd Field has done a great job creating this character. Like I said, it's not likable, but it forces you to not look away. This is an excellent movie. Kate Blanchett gives a fantastic performance. It's a bit in the long side. I feel it should be a little bit shorter, but it's not excessive. I recommend this movie, but beware that is another Tokyo one. Top Gun Maverick is Top Gun. You know what it is. Combat planes, action. This movie is pretty entertaining. It's a great production, but I feel that comparatively with the others, is the weak of the bunch. I wouldn't say there is something wrong with it. I think everything is done well. The movie is very efficient, good acting, good script, good cinematography, etc. I'll say the movie is pretty good, but not great. I feel the story is a bit generic. Maybe if it was the same story, the same movie, but not Top Gun without Tom Cruise, maybe the movie it wouldn't be such a big deal. But in the positive side, I didn't feel the movie as propaganda, which could easily gone in that direction, being a movie about the Navy and all of that. And the movie focus in the story as it should be, and it's pretty entertaining, like I said, with great action. So it's a pretty solid movie. If you like action movie, this movie is for you. Is very entertaining. I will recommend it. The Fablemans. Steven Spielberg co-writes and directs a fictionalized version of his childhood. The movie is very charming, but as the title suggests, is about the family, not of the Steven Spielberg surrogate, which I think it will be the more interesting thing to focus. Overall, the movie is very realistic, very grounded, so it works. Spielberg doesn't try to embellish his life or his parent. And talking about that, Michelle Williams and Paul Dano give great performances in the movie, so it helps to give this real feel. I recommend this movie, especially if you like Spielberg or movie making in general, despite the fact the movie is not about that exactly, but is a part of the movie, so you get like a nugget of that. It's not the best Spielberg movie, not by a long shot, but I will say is the best one of the recent years. All right, that was all. I would like to add that I like all the movies very much. I think they're all pretty good movies at different levels. But overall, I recommended all the movies. So go watch it, and thank you for watching the video. Bye.